welcome back. And yes, you're gonna see this shirt a lot, in probably a couple videos here, because, doing some major bulk filming. I think I've already filmed, I think this is like my third or fourth video. Anyway, one was a short, guys. We're doing okay. Anyway, I just wanted to talk about my experience with Bioshock. I just finished the first game. I'm going into the second one right now. So no spoilers about the second game. I am not sure. I would have to pull up the game. um but I'll talk about kind of where I'm at, and then you kind of should know where not to do the spoilers. But anyway, I want to talk about it as a story point of view. I don't talk a lot about gameplay in on my channel. I'm not a gaming channel. I'm not a game review channel. I can say I had a good time. Okay, like the gameplay, I played it on easy. I had a good time. I got through the game. It didn't make me cry too much, like difficulty wise, which is great. That's like I like playing games more for the storyline than the actual, difficulty of it. And it is a very puzzle heavy game, like, so I don't mind putting it on an easier mode. Anyway, um, what I find interesting about Bioshock is you really don't know who the main character is. You don't really know their story until you are slowly gaining like little radios on your journey that are telling you the story of what happened. And the first two games happen in Rapture, which is like an under the sea like society. That's really super creepy. Like the first time I saw like a little sister with a big daddy, like that was really creepy. And then the splicers, and just like the environment around you, like that medical center still gives me nightmares of what that doctor did to those poor people. um and then you have a power source called Adam, which completely changes your genetic makeup. It makes you go crazy. So everybody's pretty much gone crazy by this point. And the first game is like what happened in the New Year's of 1959. So you're going kind of around and collecting these recordings, figuring out, okay, what happened, and slowly getting the knowledge. I do kind of like this approach because it's like, okay, like, because I'm not like really attached to my main character. Like, what does that do? What happens when you're somebody watching a movie and the main character is kind of a replacement of you? So you're playing this like in it's a first person shooter, and you're walking around and you're pretty much feel like you're walking around. Like if I think it would probably be a better experience in VR because like you're really there, but it's like you're hearing all these recordings. And then you have a guy named Atlas that is, you know, is supposed to be your help. Um, this is gonna be spoiler filled. So just be aware of that. Um, but I really liked the way that we got to learn about the world, because it was like a story within a story. So you have like this main story of like what happened in Rapture, and like what happened, and then you have like your main character's story, and it's like it's more of like a sub story. Like your main character story is like a sub story, because really what you want to know is like what happened, like how was this world created, and how did they get away with as much stuff as they did and stuff like that. And does the government know? Because I was like sitting there like, does the government know how messed up this underworld city is? Because doesn't seem like it. Because it's kind of like anti-government. But and that's like the main thing. And I love the music. It felt like you were listening to like old, really old records the whole time. Um, I loved hearing like um the doggy in the window at like really weird times. Like I was like, okay, I am like in a legit scary situation. I'm hearing this doggy in the window, so I'm like, this is not okay. Um, so it changed the vibe of the game to something that's like not completely this dark gritty time, because like there's a little bit of humor in this. um there's And I love the ending so much. I'm like almost like tempted to get into it. So if you save the little sisters, the ending's perfect. Like the good ending of the first game is like I wouldn't want any other ending. Like you save the little sisters, and then this guy that that's pretty much been mind controlled his whole life is like their father, like basically. um and they get to live their lives, and they get to go back to the surface, and they get to just live their lives, and it's great. I did look up the bad ending, and I didn't like the bad ending. um um yeah, but save the little sisters. um but it was interesting how that doctor, and I can't remember her name, but how that doctor like regrets what she did, and then how she reacts to you saving them. I didn't see the scene where you don't save them, so I don't know how she reacts. But it's interesting because you see little bits of here and there of why would Atlas be so mad about you saving the little sister, and why is he so obsessed with this Adam business, where you still get Adam for saving them, you just don't get like a whole bunch. So there's like this potential corruption arc that you can get if you don't save them. Because Adams is like the power of this whole thing, and the weapons were a lot of fun. The magic was a lot of fun. Um, but like the ending really stuck out to me because like you keep on like how it all ends is like you find out that you've been mind controlled this whole time, and like how certain lines that Atlas says like tells you, oh, he was not on your side to begin with. So when I kind of got into the second game, I was like, okay, they kind of built more of a story. Like, so you're now in the second game you're a big daddy. Um so when it comes to the little sister part, they collect Adam for you. That's how you get your Adam. And then I feel like you get there's like different people that help you throughout this. Unlike the first game where it's supposed to be majorly Atlas. And I like the first game storyline better. I'm liking the environments in the second one better. Um And I like being a big daddy a little bit more. I feel like I die more. um, but I like it's a little bit more. It feels more like the 1920 vibes. Um, where Rapture, where the first game was more in like the 1950s, which I'm thinking the second game is the prequel. Because I know there's like a game that you kind of go through and then you're like, it's a prequel, but it's a sequel. So I think that's kind of what this is. And then you kind of get into like the 50s, 60s in the first game. So if you're like trying to figure out a timeline, um, I I would tell you to play whatever order. I don't think there's like a particular order. I mean, obviously play one and then play two, but I think if you played two and then one, I think it's more storyline based that way. But I haven't finished two. Um, but it's definitely a lot different of an experience. And I feel like they set up the Big Daddy storyline. So you kind of have an idea of who you are in the second one. And you're trying to save a girl named Eleanor. And you're kind of trying to build people's trust. Is more of what this game is than just trying to survive. This is more of like building trust. Like you have a choice in one of the areas to kill a woman. Um, that's she's an older woman. She's not going to um you know have any weapons or anything. Um, but you have that decision, and then I just walked out. I was expecting her to run after me, but she's like, "No, you're a good person," and I'm like, "Oh, okay." Like, um, so that's kind of where I'm at with that. Um, I might do another review once I play, like, finish the second one and then go into the third one. But yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with these games. I like that they're shorter. I like that they're like 14-hour games. Like I've been playing a lot of JRPGs that are like over 100 hours long, and I sometimes I do get tired of like a game like that because it's like, okay, I've been doing the same thing, fighting the same enemies for 80 hours now. Um and I just want something new. And that's kind of where I am this year. I'm like, I want to play games that aren't necessarily JRPGs. Um, I think my next game is gonna probably be. I'm kind of thinking God of War Ragnarok. I've played the first God of War, loved it. Um, I might do a whole God of War, the 2018 series, but I want to play like Devil May Cry. I think there's like 5 games of that. Like I have my games like over there, and I'm like just like Horizon Zero Dawn. I think there's some RPG stuff in that. I don't know. I'm kind of even thinking Bloodborne might be fun. But we'll see. Like I even would like to play Spider Man. I haven't even played that yet, and that sounds like a good old time. So I might have like little game reviews here and there on my channel. Um, so just kind of be aware of that. Like it's not gonna be consistently. Like it takes me forever to finish a game. But the more games I finish, like the more reviews you'll see. But yeah, this is not gonna be a consistent thing. And then I've been slowly replaying Kingdom Hearts. So if you want to see any reviews on any game that I said, let me know and I'll try to prioritize those games and play them so I can kind of review them. I'm only gonna do storyline. Like if you want like is this like this fighting thing is that good, like it you're not gonna get that on this channel. Like I'm purely I'm purely here, guys, to do like a story for you. I would like to play Catherine eventually. Um yeah, but just let me know, and we will see. And I will tell you what's good and what's not versus my opinion. I haven't even finished Resident Evil 4 yet, the remake. I would like to play Silent Hill. So we will see. We will see. All right. But anyways, been really enjoying my Bioshock experience. Should be done with the second game, going into the third game, maybe mid February. Kind of depending on like my mood. Sometimes I get really into a reading mood and don't like to play video games, and sometimes I get into a video game mood and I'm finishing all video games. Um, but anyways, yeah. Bye. I will see you in the next video coming real soon. Bye.